Hey guys, John Stevens here again at Working Man Success, back with another concept that's going to help you work your way up the ladder of success and build the best life you can for you and your family. And today, guys, I got a real good one for you. In order to move up the ladder of success and build a great life, you got to have this one thing in your life, and you got to have it with your coworkers. You got to have it with the people that work under you. You got to have it with the people that work over you. You got to have it in your family. You just got to have it all the way around, and it's the ability to be respected. You got to build in your life that you got to build respect from others. And I'm going to go over a few ways to do that today. But like, if people don't respect who you are as a man, you're going to not get opportunities. Your life is not going to be very good at work or at home. And a lot of men get these two words mixed up, especially at home too. But in their career and their home, they get the word respected and feared mixed up. As you work your way up the ladder of success, you can impose of like fear for somebody's job. You can threaten people, like you can. There's all kind of ways to impose fear on people, and when you get people to do what you want them to do because they fear you, you start thinking that's respect. Like, I'm respected because I'm all this or I'm all that. That's a stupid thing to do. And as you go up, like, people's going to catch on. People's not going to respect you, and you're not going to be successful. It may get you a certain distance, but you're not going to be successful when you get there, and you're never going to be fulfilled. You're never going to have friends. You're never going to have the family life you could have. So being a feared man is a absolute. It's just stupid, guys. Like, if you're trying to inflict fear on people because you have some kind of ego issue, and like, I'm telling you, like, if you're that guy, you need to quit now, because you are destroying your future. You're destroying your life. I see it all the time. And if you're not one of these guys, you don't really understand what I'm saying if you haven't seen it. But you know guys around that do this, and they have a very shallow life, and they're living in a fake mindset. They're living like they like to portray themselves as a certain type of person that inflicts fear, and in their mind they think it's respect or whichever. But these people are truly unhappy. They're not fulfilled. They have no real close friends. Their family life sucks. I'm telling you, like, just if you feel like you are being respected because people fear you, you need to change your ways. You need to really think about this. And so back to the topic: how do you build respect? Well, one of the things, guys, is you have to give respect, right? And that's what I was just talking about with the guys that try to inflict fear on people from a position of authority or whatever. They're not giving respect. When you respect people, they respect you back, no matter where on the ladder they are. No matter, you need to really try to find ways to respect people more. And the more respect that you can give people, the more respect you're going to get back from people. And if you can't give respect, you're not going to be a respected person. And guys, the number one, this is absolutely the baseline of building respect. And that's where the guys I was just talking about, they've got fear and respect mixed up. They don't have this one thing that I'm about to talk about. Is in order to build respect in your life and be respected, you have to respect yourself. And you have to respect yourself from a deep level, from a point that, not that you're all that, not that you think you're something you're not, or not that you have like a big ego. That's not respect. A respect is when you talk to people, you put off a vibe, and that vibe is picked up on. And it's like your subconscious, it's like your inner person and their inner person may talk to each other, and not literally, but they feel it in them what kind of person you are. And if you don't respect yourself, they're automatically not going to respect you. They don't do it here. They don't pick up on it consciously, but subconsciously they pick up on how you feel about yourself. And when you feel a certain way about yourself, it's letting them kind of know how to feel about you too. They follow your lead on that. And that's complicated. It's subconscious mind, and we'll probably get into that sometime later. But if you feel it in yourself, where you're letting off a vibe to let other people know how they should feel about you, and if you don't respect yourself, well, you're probably not going to be respected. Now, how do you build respect for yourself? And this is very important. When you know you're doing shady stuff when nobody's watching, you're never going to be able to respect yourself, because everywhere you go, you know who's with you? It's you. And people just cannot get this through their head. If nobody sees me, well, it's not going to hurt my respect. Yes, it will, because your internal being of who you are cannot respect who you are being when nobody's looking. Y'all are together, you and yourself. Like wherever you go, you will be there. And whenever you're trying to impose some kind of ego or some kind of I am somebody that I'm not, your inner self is going to tell on you. It's like somebody holding a sign up behind your head that you can't see, saying this guy's full of shit. All right, so you got to respect yourself. And if you're doing shady stuff in the background, or you're doing shady stuff when nobody knows it, say you're stealing stuff from work. All right, well, your inner being knows that, and you'll never understand that it's affecting your progress. And it most certainly is. If you have a soul, and you have a being, you have a subconscious is the right word. You have a subconscious that knows you're being shady. And if you are being shady in anything, if you're doing people wrong, if you are doing your wife wrong, if you are not being the person you portray to be in real life in front of people, you're never going to build the respect for yourself that's going to let other people respect you. Now, most guys will never get this. Most guys will never understand this. Very few guys will understand. And till you get to a point where you start respecting yourself, you're not going to understand it. And maybe you think you respect yourself now. Maybe you do. Maybe you're way up the ladder in respect, and you do everything you say you're going to do. And making promises to yourself, when you break the promises that you make to yourself, like a diet plan. All right, I'm going to stick to a diet plan. I'm going to stick to a workout routine. I'm going to save all the money, a certain amount of money every week. I'm going to do all these things, and I'm going to, treat my wife with respect. I'm not going to talk down to her. I'm a changed person. And then 2 or 3 or 4 days go by, and then you screw all that up, Well, it's a roller coaster. I mean, whatever. Like, you do it over and over and over and over and over. It's a yo-yo. It's living the yo-yo life. And when you don't make the change, yes, every once in a while, you probably will screw them things up. You're not perfect. But if you are consistently who you say that you're going to be over and over and over and over, and you screw up every once in a while, there's major forgiveness for that, especially if you admit up to it and you take the blame for whatever you did. But if you're telling people you're one way, and then you're consistently doing things that is not that way, or you're trying to portray yourself as somebody you're not, you're never going to build respect for yourself, and you're never going to get respected from other people. So, and you guys, you got to have respect. You got to be respected in order to move up the chain of command, the ladder of success. And you've got to be respected by your family and your wife if you want that relationship, if you want a good home life. So, guys, that's the one I want to tell you today. I'm sure that down deep everybody knows this, but people don't put thought into it. They don't think about it, and it's mainly just because they don't understand that what they look like to the rest of the world really only matters of what they look like to themselves. If they do not look good to themselves, if they're not respected, if they're not doing the things that they promised themselves that they're going to do, if they're not trying to be a better person, if they're not resisting all the bullshit temptations, if they're really not trying to produce good results for inside their own life, and they portray some kind of a persona that they're all this great person outside, it's going to be caught up with, and they're going to live a very shitty and unfulfilled life. It'll get you some accolades from time to time, and until people find you out, and you. Anyway, I'm gonna quit babbling. I think y'all got the point, and that's one thing on these videos. I don't edit nothing. I don't. I'm sure y'all know that by now, but I don't edit nothing. I'm just who I am, and I'm not trying to entertain y'all. I'm just trying to go over some stuff that I've learned over my life where I've screwed up, and where I watch guys screw up continually, and I just want to share ideals that will help y'all move forward in your life, and if you're interested in building the great life. But guys, if you thought that was valuable, share it, get in the comments, hit the like button, all that good stuff. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Thanks for listening.